It's time to recap the NFL Week 12 games. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Hello and welcome to my recap of the NFL Week 12 games of the 2016-17 NFL season. I decided, let me make a separate video to give my takeaways from the games that I've not recapped already, just in one big video. That's what we're going to do here. Let's start with the early games, and then we'll move on to the late games. And I'm just going to talk about the games I did not make an individual video about. So if I did not talk about it in this video, that means I already made a video on it. Go to my channel, look through my channel, and you will find the game that you are looking for. Let's start with the early games, and let's start with the Atlanta Falcons defeating the Arizona Cardinals 38-19. I thought the Cardinals were going to go to Atlanta and win, but boy, was I wrong. In the first half, it didn't look too bad. Okay, you saw the Cardinals competing. You saw Carson Palmer playing well. He was like 8 of 9 for over 100 yards, 1 touchdown. I said, okay, good. And then in the second half, I don't know what happened. Bruce Arians doesn't know what happened. He went on the press conference today, said, I don't know what happened. Great. You need to know what happened. This Cardinals team, they're finished, okay? They're not going to make the playoffs at this point. They're absolutely done. And as for this Falcons team, though, they're on top of the NFC South. But the problem is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have awakened. They are good, and you need to look out for them. And you split the season series with them, so that's also very scary. But you won the game. Very impressive, by the way, the second half. I mean, it specifically just ran all over them, threw all over them, and your defense actually played well, too. You saw some nice young players like Keanu Neal and Deion Jones play well. So you have to be encouraged by this game. You have to like this game. But, boy, you have to look out for these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all have a big game next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. We move on to the next game. Let's go to New Orleans. As the New Orleans Saints defeat the Los Angeles Rams, the Saints put up 49 points at home. Wow. Drew Brees, as they like to call him down in New Orleans. This guy had 5 total touchdowns today, a rushing touchdown, 4 passing touchdowns. Willie Snead had 1 passing touchdown, 50 yards to Tim Hightower, and man, they just couldn't miss today. They were lights out offensively, and this Saints team, they're what, 5-6. They're annoying to pick. Everyone knew they were going to win this game, but they're annoying to pick in terms of winning or losing, but you pretty much know what you're going to get from them. The question is, are they going to become the new St. Louis Rams / Los Angeles Rams, where you know you're going to get from them every year? Like, you're just going to go 8-8 and that's it, bro. Like, is that it? I'm not really sure right now, but this Saints team, they won this game, put up a bunch of points. For Jared Goff, though, in this Rams team, you have to be encouraged. Hey, Jared Goff looked like a quarterback today. Maybe even a decent quarterback. Man, I don't want to say good, but a decent quarterback. So we may have something here. Maybe Jeff Fisher knew what he was doing by benching him, or maybe he shouldn't have benched him. It really just depends on how you view the situation. The problem is with Jeff Fisher, you really can't win, okay? Because now, if Jared Goff plays well, everyone's going to say you should have started him earlier. But what if Jeff Fisher started him at the exact perfect moment? You really don't know, okay? So we just got to take it for what it's worth, whatever. Jared Goff played well, though, but not well enough. You just can't put up enough points against Drew Brees. I don't know where this Rams defense went, but I'm happy because I'm a Titans fan, and we have the Rams picked this year. Let's move on to the New York Giants as they defeat the Cleveland Browns 27-13. You saw the Giants put up points today. From the second quarter onward, in the first quarter they were asleep. But from the second quarter onward, they put up points. Odell had 2 touchdowns today. You saw Jason Pierre-Paul, the one-handed man. He had a pick 6 today, 43-yard pick 6, and he had 3 sacks. And this is huge for this football team. They're going to need him to get sacks from here on out, especially when they face the Dallas Cowboys. They could do it 1 more time, or they could do it 2 more times. It wouldn't surprise me at all in terms of facing the Cowboys. So they're going to need him to get pressure on Zeke and Dak and Olivier Vernon. He's not going to do it, okay? Olivier Vernon, he's so overrated. He's fine. He's very good against the run. But he just gets pressure. He doesn't get sacks, and you need to get sacks, right? Sacks kill drives. They kill games, especially strip sacks. And we saw Khalil Mack do that earlier today. But yeah, so we saw the ups and downs in terms of the Giants, but man, they're 8-3. Okay, and you have to love that if you're a Giants fan. They are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be dangerous once they make the playoffs, because we've seen what this Giants team can do. We've seen it before, what they can do when they make the playoffs with Eli Manning. As for the Cleveland Browns, okay, so you're what, 0-12. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. They couldn't do anything offensively today. Now, I do have you guys winning in 2 weeks. As you host the Cincinnati Bengals, I expect Robert Griffin III. Yes, his ghost is still alive. I expect him to come back, to throw a couple of deep balls over the head of George Iloka and Adam Jones and all these other idiots on the Bengals. And I expect the Browns to win, actually. But if you guys don't win that one, you're pretty screwed. Okay, so that's just all I can say. But this is not good at all. We move on to the Cincinnati Bengals losing in Baltimore 19-14. And for the Ravens, you needed this game. You won the game good. Your offense wasn't that impressive. Okay, 1 touchdown, 4 field goals. I mean, I guess it's the Raven way, but man, is it ugly. You look at the Cincinnati Bengals, you can't put up points without A.J. Green, and no one's surprised. I mean, everyone gets it. Tyler Boyd isn't ready. Andy Dalton can get protection this year. It's so sad. No one's talking about it. I feel pretty bad for Andy Dalton. Whenever Andrew Luck's not getting protection or Russell Wilson's not getting protection, everyone's quick to say they're not getting protection, and that's why. But whenever Andy Dalton's not getting protection, everyone's just like, oh, it's Andy Dalton. Ha ha, Andy Dalton, ha ha. Hey, wait a minute. This guy's not getting protection either this year. So I think he's actually like the second most sacked quarterback in the league. So they need to work on their offensive line and their pass protection issues. I am going to pardon Andy Dalton for this year he's having. Although he didn't have a horrible game today, but I feel like people are just giving him too much disrespect. The Bengals suck. Right, but they're going to be fine in the future. I still think Dalton's better than like Sam Bradford or a bunch of quarterbacks, Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe even Ryan Tannehill. So I think they'll be fine. When we move on to the San Diego Chargers beating the Houston Texans 21-13. Wow. Brock Osweiler sucks, dog. 0 touchdowns today, 3 interceptions. His completion percentage wasn't that bad. Okay, in fact, it was actually pretty good, but man, 3 interceptions is not a good look. He now has more turnovers than touchdowns, has more interceptions than touchdowns this season, cannot develop a rapport with DeAndre Hopkins to save his life. Luckily, Will Fuller decided, hey, wait a minute, I want to play today. So he got a nice little 33-yard reception and maybe even a couple more than that. But man, for this Texans team, though, actually, I don't think the Titans are your biggest threat. I think the Colts are. And it depends if Andrew Luck can come back healthy, and I'm sure he will. I think this Colts team is going to get on a little bit of a run. I expect them to win some games a lot of people don't, like even at Minnesota. So look out for the Colts more than the Titans. But, man, this loss hurts. And y'all got to go to Green Bay next week. And, yeah, Green Bay is not good. But the way you beat Green Bay is by doing one thing, putting up points. Okay, and y'all can't put up points. Y'all haven't scored 28 points this season. I mean, that is bad, and you need that to beat Green Bay, and I'm not sure if we're going to do that, man. So it's going to be very interesting between these two teams. As for the Chargers, I don't get y'all. Y'all try to win games. I mean, I get that, but I just don't get when you win games and why, and when you don't. You're now 5-6, below 500. So don't think that the Chargers are good. I mean, they're below 500. They're not good. They're okay. They're decent. Not even decent. I mean, you're below 500. Can we even say you're decent? I don't even know. But they're just, what are they? No one knows what they are. Charger fans, what are you? I don't know what to say. What can I say? I'm shocked, though, that the Texans cannot slow down Tyrell Williams and Dontrell Inman. I mean, it shocks me. Whatever. I don't know what to say. We move on to the Miami Dolphins as they defeat the San Francisco 49ers. Colin Kaepernick, wow, wait a minute, there may be a quarterback in you yet, as he has the best game he's had in probably 2 or 3 years. A great game for Colin Kaepernick today. You saw the Dolphins, though, they were just too good for this 49er defense, which continues to be abysmal. They had a couple weeks where they were decent. They held to the Cardinals to 23. They held the Patriots for a while. but now they're back to stinking. So take it for what you will. The Dolphins team, though, they keep treading and moving forward, and you just got to sit back and hope that the Chiefs or the Broncos start losing games, and I think the Chiefs will, and you guys could definitely sneak into a playoff spot. We will see what happens, though. Jay Ajayi, though, not a huge game for him, but Ryan Tannehill, now he's stepping it up. So he's not just being a cheerleader saying, oh, Jay Ajayi, good go, Jay. Now he's actually playing well, and I have to respect that. We move on to the Buffalo Bills as they defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-21. I don't know what happened in this game. You saw LaShawn McCoy have negative yardage in the first half. I didn't know what was going on. And then in the second half, he explodes. They explode, and they win the game easily. I don't know what happened. I have to watch the game. But you have to be impressed by the Bills' ability to have some sort of, to face adversity, to come back. And I have to respect that. Rex Ryan continues to save his job. He's going to be coaching next year for this football team. Hopefully, he deserves it. Now, how they improve, I don't know. They have some moves to make. Shaq Lawson, they need to get him back healthy and whatnot, and then draft well again. If they can do that, we'll see. Reggie Ragland as well. If they can do that, we'll see if they're a legitimate playoff threat. In terms of this year, right? They're not done. I'm just not buying that they can finish with a better record than the Dolphins or the Chiefs or the Broncos. I'm just not buying that at all. I don't think there's a chance in hell. So I'm just not I'm not really willing to talk about that. We move on to the Jaguars, though. They stink. Oh, God, they suck. They don't know how to win games, right? They're not getting blown out like they were against the Titans earlier. And now they're losing games because Blake Bortles is a loser. I say it every single week in a Donald Trump accent. He's a loser. He's a lightweight. He's a loser. That's what he is, man. The guy doesn't know how to win games. And this Jaguars team doesn't know how to win games. You saw Jalen Ramsey on the sideline of last week's game say, man, I'm tired of losing, man. And he should be, right? Fire Gus Bradley. Dear God, fire Gus Bradley. In fact, I'm shocked he even still has a job. I know you want to wait until after the season. Why? I don't know. But, dude, just fire him, man. Get his bald ass out of there. I'm so sick of seeing this guy, and you should be, too. You have a chance to play spoiler against the Titans, against the Colts, against the Texans. Do so with a better coach than Gus Bradley. Or in fact, let's just call him this, Gus Badly, okay? Because he sucks so badly. Let's move on to the afternoon games that I have not recapped already. And let's start with Tampa Bay as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers saved their season the last 3 weeks. I thought they were done. This was a team that I picked before the season to make the wild card at 9-7, and there is hope yet for this team. Now, here's the interesting conundrum. You can actually make the playoffs without winning the NFC South, but first let's just talk about the NFC South. When it comes to the NFC South, you split with the Atlanta Falcons. You don't face them again this season. You're going to have to win your matchup is against the Saints and against the Panthers, okay? You're going to have to win some other games as well. Your schedule's not that kind, but you're winning games, man. I did not expect you guys to win this game at all. I mean, you guys played so well, especially defensively. Oh, my God. You guys look like the 86 Bears out there, or 85 Bears. You guys were flying around. I saw Bradley McDougal and Gerald McCoy and just everybody, Levante David. Everyone was flying around. They look so dominant, so good. I don't know what's gotten into them. I guess Mike Smith's white hair has incited some sort of good play out of this football team. And their defense, just completely 6 sacks on Russell Wilson today. I can't believe the type of Bucs team that I saw today. There is hope yet, both in the division and out, as I think you can make the wild card. Okay, the Redskins lost today. You're a half a game behind them. If they continue to lose, you slide in their DMs. You get that spot. There are multiple routes here for this Bucs team to make the playoffs. They're hot. They're rolling. They're playing really, really well. And yet again, you have to have a Jameis Winston versus Marcus Mariota debate. And look, I'm a Titans fan. But I don't think if you're clear-minded, you cannot have a clear winner in this debate. It is way too close to call. Right now, both their weapons are roughly the same. Jameis Winston has a better wide receiver than Mike Evans, but that's literally all he has. His other wide receivers are ass. and his tight end is average, but he's making him look good. You look at Marcus Mariota, his stat line is a little bit better in terms of less interceptions, but he has more fumbles. There is no debate here to me. It's way too close to call. We'll see what happens, though, if they can make the playoffs. Very impressed. For the Seahawks, now you have to wonder, they're going to make the playoffs, right? They're going to win their division easily. But this has to concern you in terms of winning the NFC, in terms of beating the Cowboys. Although it actually doesn't concern me too much. Now that I think about it, because you lost today because you couldn't protect Russell Wilson. Now, lucky for you, when you face the Cowboys, if you face the Cowboys, if you're so lucky, you will go up against a team that cannot get after the passer, right? So they're not going to possess that much of an issue, but you have to get there first. So you run into the New York Giants, who aren't great against the in terms of getting out of the passer, but they're better than the Cowboys, definitely, just barely. You could potentially face the Redskins or the Bucs. I'm not sure if you're going to win your first matchup or even your second matchup if you guys don't get a bye week. So, this Seahawks team, they got to fix their offensive issues, man. Tyler Lockett still doesn't want to do anything. I mean, this guy just sitting back saying, I don't want to do anything. I don't get this guy. I dropped this guy in fantasy so long ago. I'm so sick of this guy. I don't get him. So this Seahawks team, man, now the Cowboys are the clear favorite in the NFC to me. Now they're like 2.5 games ahead of everybody. And who is going to possess a real threat to them? Right now, it looks like it could just be the New York Giants, right? Maybe it's just the Giants who beat them week 1. We'll see what happens when they face again. And Eli Manning, Cowboy fans, he is scary in the playoffs, man. This boy is scary. You got to look out for him. He will give you fits and troubles. All right, let's move on to the last game. And that is the New England Patriots defeating the New York Giants. Now, I had the Patriots -8 here in one of my guarantees, and I understood that both of these teams usually play very close games, right? But I felt, no, this year, no, the Jets really stink, and the Patriots are really good. But no, they had to play close yet again. I don't know why. I'm not going to go bet against that again, right? You look at this Patriots win. I'm not going to read anything into this, right? Because both of these teams, they always play close. The Patriots weren't that impressive, but they always play close. So I just don't think you can make any takeaways out of this game. Literally, for both teams, you can't say anything. Jets fans may want to be encouraged, but I'm not buying that. You went 4-12, 2 years ago, and you still beat the Patriots, right? So I'm not buying anything out of this game. Sorry, that's it. That's all I have. So with that said, that ends my NFL Week 12 recap for the games I have not talked about already, or will not talk about, because I will be back to talk about the Sunday Night Football game and the Monday Night Football game. So what are your thoughts on NFL Week 12? Anything I talked about, anything I did not talk about, comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.